So yeah, I'd like to state three things before this video. Um, I do have a speech pronounce problem, so if I hear stuttering or you hear stuttering, that is me. Um, and the report with grammar issues as well. Um, not making any excuses, but that yeah. Um, the other two rules I'd like to see is staff can't moderate under the influence of intoxic uh, um, drugs, such as being high while staffing and monitoring. Um, in an illegal state, I'd like to see that be a new rule added to the rule page. And then I'd like to state a second rule adding to the point of view of where you can't just sell bases to sell. Um, these I'd like that as another rule. But those are the two stones, one bird uh, thing I'd like to point out. Thank you. Hello, Terry. It's Toad. Just reading a report off of Matthew Davis here. He would like to report a player staff member on the server. The following is pretty controversial. The topic of going on in the community, and I feel it has reached the point where it has to be reported formally. Sorry, I just woke up. The player in question is the Truth 215XX. These last couple of weeks, I have had a few issues with the moderator around the Discord. I have noticed he has changed quite a bit from when he was first selected as a trainee. He has become an exceeding rude and when delivering punishments, and has exhibited signs of an inconsistent judgment while doling out punishments. A recent example of this was when a small group of 5 players got onto the Discord and started calling a player obese and a trap. Another moderator called Demi Pluto stepped in and told him to move the harassment to off topic. They continued until Truth came along and started angrily and loosely enforcing vague punishments to the group. I was observing and wondering what was happening, as I was unaware of the previous behavior from the group. After getting onto them for 3 people, sending the squid emoji in unison, he stepped in to catch them for that spam, which apparently now emojis are now bannable. So good luck for anybody using the emojis. He then continues to tell the individuals if they don't like the rules, to not play on the server anymore. I thought I was the same. No, I was permuted by Truth, and you said it was a format error. I had three different mods attempt to unmute me for something I couldn't, something I shouldn't do. I have muted for in the first place. Toad and other participants in this report sent a screenshot from YouTube conversation, including a snippet of you saying that, and then I continued to send emojis after everyone was warned to stop, and even though my screenshots of the entire discussion was proved otherwise, not sure if this was amplified or not, but when I said, what the hell is this? This is bullshit, I meant the way Truth was handling the cracks and entire situation. He did not diffuse the situation one bit. If anything, it was his attitude with the players just added fuel to the fire, and the only reason it stopped is that he was just muted, because he just muted everyone. It was extremely unprofessional, and I can not believe a player like that is slipping through the cracks while this was going on. Toad messaged Ren why the people were muted. Rev continued to cuss Toad out. I have screenshots and proof of that, and then refused to tell him why, and was again exciting the situation and telling Toad to stop messaging him. Yeah, he just kept telling me to stop messaging him, or he would say it was a form of harassment or something along the lines of those. When it was just a simple question, I had told him that, hey, why were the people muted? That's all I said. And then he just started to get upset after that. Clearly, there's going to be some lack of communication because some situations aren't always the same. I have spoken to Demi. He had no idea why Elite was muted, and he was confused about how Elite was muted. And he was the second mod to Truth moderating the conversation. It seems to that as us that Truth is putting his personal life in front of his professional life. That is basically what we think is going on. So we have well, I guess I have spoken with a very respected player called Wicked, aka Wicked Tori, and she was defending Truth in the initial conversation, but after she heard that he muted me, she decided to put in her opinion. She claimed Truth should have her muted as well, as because she was making the conversation worse by talking about it in the chat, and she was a big part of the problem. Is no one's ever yelled at sorry, clear on what they can say. She's continued, like, sometimes there's allowed to be talking about problems, and sometimes like get yelled at for mentioning it, even though no one told them to mention it. I say it's consistent with the server rules, and she had added it on. The higher up staff won't lay down the rules on transparency for the new staff, so it's basically up to the mod's discretion for every situation after some fine line with showing why a player got a punishment. That's basically what's been happening in the past week. And some, like Truth, completely ignore the players, and just because without any rhyme or reason, she added if everyone's angry talking about it, it's going on to make everyone angrier. It's been the best. It's best to move on. Like last night, the last night conversation was a paragraph that happened. Players do not even want to come to the mods that act like this, which overloads the helpful of moderators. Thank you, Tori. That was mainly our main point there. Why he was so hostile. A nail in his coffin is while Truth was moderating sensitive situation, he was, quote, too high under the influence of Jugs. We do have a screenshot that will be put up soon, and had to be messaged to another moderator to mute me. Other moderators also have been caught moderating while they were intoxicated in any capacity. I do think there should be some form of line, especially if it's not in the area that drugs are legal. I do certainly believe that if drugs are legal and then illegal, if you're doing drugs illegally in another state and then you're moderating on the server, I do feel like that's going to be an issue if this is what intoxic and angrily comments are coming from Ren. But yeah, this brings us today. Truth had banned 2 people, for one for hacking and one for traveling past the world border. After a lively arguing, he had the player in general might be getting deleted soon. Terry, you may want to look at that, because you got logs. Yeah, just saying. That was later reduced to a temp ban by you, Terry. And then I posted a screenshot of the ban history of the accident, and Ren tells me if you have a problem with how I'm modding, please talk to my higher ups. Because I do not appreciate the way you are acting. This is borderline harassment at this point. Another moderator, Pixma /Dev, and corrected Truth and telling him that this was far from harassment. Ren continues to react to his message sarcastically, and then I'll be providing this report to others that are involved or have something to say about the situation, and that might be clear. Some things are up. I hope the server respectfully does something about this, and I hope we do not have this issue again. Glowing regards from Matthew and Toad. Editors, please add your names as you edit this report. Yeah, that's my part. I'm gonna put it in a video format, so yeah. Take one, done. Alright, I'm back on the Discord side. So this is what he sent me. Just screenshots of saying what has happened on why they were permuted or muted. I believe this was in general, if not off topic. So I don't see why this would be an issue for Truth to be muting everybody. It basically says, T-Bomb, why does Marissa have the Nitro Booster? Started off with the Nitro Booster saying, and then Nitro Baby, and then everyone else is saying after she is boosting another server, squids were spread out as emojis. And then Truth saying, stop spamming emojis, considered a spam, emote chains aren't allowed, that's said, tough, how's that spam? Marissa says that as well. It's considered spam, same thing over and over. Sucks to suck. It does. It really does. Because it really depends on who has perms and who doesn't at the end of the day. Stop spamming emojis. How's that spam? Emote chains aren't allowed. That's sad. That's Dragon, actually. So good luck. It's considered spam. Same thing over and over. This was when he would be probably claimed as too high, and then he's moderating the chat as to saying from his standpoint of saying that is spam. Okay. Here is, it's for meme, but okay, sir, who is it hurting? Sorry, sir. Then don't be on our server if you don't like the rules set in place. Okay, 3 squids from 3 different people. So if you spam 3 squids on the server, you're gonna get muted. Just saying in advance. Same thing over and again. Like I said, don't play. No one is forcing you here. That's really sad because I honestly thought we were a community, and a lot of other stuff. Like we have people donating to your server. We have people helping out. We're basically donating to run, help, and serve the server, basically. But then we are getting treated like this in general chat by harassment and fake calls, format issues, or any other ways you'd like to call it. That'd be amazing. Please come out with another excuse, Terry. I'd appreciate it. You're just dodging more questions. Again, not going off topic, but it's the same problem. So same thing over again. Like I said, don't play. No one is forcing you here. This is sad. What the fuck, Truth? Everybody's astonished from Truth's comment because mods shouldn't be saying that. They should be diffusing the conversation. If they don't know how to diffuse a conversation without muting people, that's just escalating it. That's just triggering their brain, their membrane, their cells, anything in the body. Alright, I can't with all your stupid shit. Learn respect or get the hell out. Too late for this shit. The rules of this Discord server, and stated plainly in multiple places, some of the brain cells read them. Even Tori says brain cells read them, respect them and move on. Elite truths, referring to something that has been going on for a while, but it's not about you, love. So basically it's saying, pointing fingers at something else, but it does this. I do agree with the second sentence here. The rules of the Discord and the server are stated plainly in multiple places. Use some brain cells, read them, respect them, and move on. I honestly agree with that statement right there that Tori said. And then down here, before someone gets in the silence, Crab with the term silence trainee. Again, Truth isn't a trainee, he's a mod. It's sad you can't follow the rules and direction. It's sad, Truth, that you're actually acting like this with perms. This is just sad. At the end of the day, you're the only one with perms. Alright. Can't, that's the same stuff. Sorry, Mr. Squid, we respect you today, but the day we on. Basically, Team Bomb just memeing at this point. The rules are created to welcome another environment for all players and staff to play. Please respect them. Respect myself, not you. Not enough. Yeah, why do you act like this? No one cares about your rules. Basically, no one cares. Basically, he doesn't want to see people spamming emojis in his chat, which I find quite odd for someone server who needs 3 warnings before a mute, and that'd be a temp mute, not a perm mute, like you were covering up earlier on Elite. We have screenshots down in the bottom too. And then this is my comment saying in help section, why were people getting muted? That's not important anymore. Also, this would be sent in help. Actually, it is very important. Pineapples, I'm sorry, but this is very important. If a friend is getting muted for something that he didn't know in terms of why he was muted without reason or cause, it just says disrespectful for a staff member on the list. There was no cause to the action of the forward presentation of the mute. But yeah, if you could please explain why, that'd be great. I still haven't got an explanation yet from Truth. I'm sure after this video and this report, things will change. Yeah, it shouldn't. How's this stuff not important? Y'all are muting people for taking and talking, having fun, game on chat. Y'all taking this very far. Yes, I do agree this was taken very far. By the way, see how it says there's no permission in the chat? That's when he got muted. So you can't fabricate any screenshots here, Terry. The fuck? It's not a Minecraft server. Go in bot channel and leave me alone. That would be Ren saying, telling him to leave him alone after a fake perm mute. If they feel they were justified, punished, they were contact support. That's what I'm doing right now. Thank you, Core. Hopefully this won't get tossed to the side because this will be on YouTube, baby. By the looks of things, if staff can't seem to do anything about it. If they feel they were punished and unjustly, do you mean unjustified? Because that's really just triggering me right there. Wicked's conversation in general chat, they were calling me a beast and calling Truth a trap because I asked them to move to off topic and they were spamming expletives in general. Demi stepped in, they moved to the off topic, but they were continued, and now we're here and I'm livid because they shouldn't have been fucking kicked by now. That's basically Tori claiming that who's stepping in and basically permuting everybody for calling a beast and trap when there was no obese or trap in the first place. I didn't see it, so it might have got deleted. Who knows? They like to cover up stuff in this general chat, like any other server would, to keep them nice and happy and clean. Who's Liam? It's Demi Pluto. Real name is Ren is Truth. Right? Yeah, making a server. Sure. And then CX. I have gotten 3 messages on asking why I was permuted. You were muted? Yes, by Truth. What the fuck? I guess he was just pissed and everyone was arguing. Yeah. Basically at that point everyone was arguing. Just some more proof why everyone was muted. It doesn't say the timely mute. It just says perm muted. I don't get it. And then right here, my one friend, Elite NK, was muted for something he didn't know why. but like in any case, he should have just been muted me too, because I was sure was fucking helping LMAO. That's cool. No clue, honestly. Neither do I know why you got muted. Even half your staff don't know, Terry. Like, come on. Check your logs. Do it. Just do it. You were muted in Altitude community for being disrespectful towards staff and undermining staff punishments. There was no undermining, truth. It was just you being, what's the word, too high when you were, staffing people when there was other people that weren't high. So, even if, I really do think that's going to be an issue if people are doing drugs and then staffing others, because people will be too sensitive. They would have feelings crushed, in other words, other things. Omg, Bray, Terry, look at your staff, how it behaves. So undisciplined, so barbaric. That's basically our standpoint. Undisciplined, so barbaric. And then Core coming in with being a head mod on the server. Stop tagging me without a reason. Christ, Demi. That's basically another comment of being barbaric. Thanks a lot. Okay. I know truth pisses you off sometimes, but that's not okay. Now I'm not mad the truth because of the stuff that has happened a week or two ago. Not at all, that's just fine. Dandy. Now we are just talking about the lack of transparency. Some of these mods have in the community, mainly the truth. Look at this. Waiting permission from the owner of images. Yeah, good luck with the images, because Terry thinks they're spam or they're not proof enough, because they're like, oh, someone can Photoshop a screenshot to make the other person look bad. No, you can't do that. Well, yes, you can, but not when you're in Discord. You can delete messages more than you can fabricate a conversation with a picture. So having a picture is more proof of than having it in a Discord server from the original comments, because this was taken at 3:53 p.m. A big part of the problem is no one's ever clear. They can and can't say, like, sometimes they're allowed to talk about their problems, sometimes they get yelled at for mentioning it. That'd be me, as Toad. I messaged a couple problems on the server that's been happening, like how you can claim someone else's land, and then all of a sudden it gets unclaimed, and then when you go back to reclaiming. So basically what I was doing, I was moving claims, someone was camping my land, and they basically claimed it to sell. Excuse me. And that's basically what happened. But yeah, so good luck with anybody trying to have a base on here after 60 days. Trying to keep up. It's going to turn into factions, guaranteed. Only because of the staff above. They won't lay down the rules and transparency for them. It's so up to each to discretion for every situation. Yep, and sometimes personal interest doesn't even line up with the other servers. Basically on how everybody is. I said this back when Dark and I would get into arguments when he was drunk. So even in the past, he was still drunk. Okay. I think should be a rule stating a staff can't moderate if they're intoxicated in any capacity. That's my thing. That's my main point in this video, actually. Why they can't in any capacity, because they'll be too insensitive. They'll be having different problems. They would have the feelings hurt. They can't comprehend the same feelings they do when they're not high. All the other things. I can define what intoxicated means to you after the video. Should we bring up this to Terry? I'm saying it, out of it. Do you mind if this would be a report to evidence? Yes, I do have perms to show screenshots of hers and Elite NK's conversations, because it will be down in the video as well. Understood, I would bring that up. Same one. And then the rules are created to create a welcoming environment for all players to respect them. In no way, shape, or form, this is a way to respect players. this is basically staff harassing players at this point. So Felix, that comment that you made, it's important at this point. Especially after this video. Please respect them. We do respect them. We do. We really want to, but it's really hard when someone's abusing their powers and not giving out warnings, not diffusing conversation before a permute. And again, please try better. Please, just do it. And then this was actually this morning when Felix the Yoda got banned for crossing the world border and using God client or whatever. If you have a problem now how I am modding, please talk to my higher ups, because I do not appreciate the way you were acting. This is the borderline of harassment at this point. There was a point of a conversation under this comment that was deleted, him being sarcastic to that comment. I would really like to see that comment. I really do, because half the players on this server don't even know what's happening. And yeah, like, just go into logs, Terry, and just show it all, because I'd love to see it all. Amazed how much people can cover up stuff in the short amount of time they have. And then when a video like this will be uploaded, this will just get taken down. So please leave a like, I guess, if you like the video. I don't know if I should keep doing it like this, because people will see this as harassment for the video from the staff point of view. If you have a problem, Drew said something about it and it got deleted, then he left that emoji. I got the notification, even while NK was saying and stating something that he said something and it got deleted. But that's the end of our conversation. I'll show you my portion of the conversation with Ren in DMs, and then Terry, after stating it, why are people muted? Because why? Because, and then what do you mean because? Why are you asking? It's in bot spam. Yeah, it's in bot spam, but we don't get to see the actual reason or cause, Ren. Because my friend got muted and I was wanting to know why. Literally, that's the only question I wanted to know. Your friend can tell you. He doesn't know, because he doesn't know the actual reason he was muted for. So it's very disheartening that you're saying that and just denying it. Now I know why you're influenced and intoxicated on drugs while modding. That's absurd. That shouldn't happen. This was at the time when he was high. Yeah, so please stop messaging me. It's at 12 at night. Tell your friend to get over. It's only in an hour. And then I messaged him back saying this because, yeah, because you're always up at this time. Literally every night I see him up at 12 a.m. So it's not like he's going to bed in an hour or so. So it's like, oh, well, what's the point in that? It's you are playing Minecraft and still, yeah. I have a screenshot of him playing Minecraft 12 a.m. at night. I'm asking you why he was muted. What are you hiding from that's so severe to you? That's literally the only question that could have ticked him off. What's so severe to you? The fuck nothing is in Minecraft server. Go in bot channel, leave me alone. I went into bot channel specifically, and there was nothing there to why my friend was muted. Either you're deleting something, or your conversations are so fabricated at this point that you're hiding literally everything from the server and the mods. That's what I see here. Or just scroll up and chat and look at the yes behavior. If you both can't see what's wrong, then that's your problem. Now stop messaging me. How is it my problem when it's your problem that you started with that escalated, and another bigger problem because you're not giving out warnings, you're escalating it, you're not doing the things you want, you're doing things that are making the conversation more sensitive than it should be. Basically, you could have just said, hey, I'm sorry, I'm backing off, I didn't know what went wrong, I'm gonna unmute you guys. Instead, you did the complete opposite. You went into the bot channel, you permuted everybody in the conversation, you didn't do anything to diffuse this conversation. Now I'm making this file report that shouldn't have happened, but I am now, because this shit has to stop. Like, it's insane how much shit you're getting away with this. It really is. It's mind-boggling because all the stuff that you say, the stuff you say on stream with Master Go is insane. That's just another part. That's going to be probably part 2 on my report of when you go on his stream. It's insane. Anyways, that's mostly the problem. Just basic stuff, and then other stuff. I had a conversation up here a while ago. It got deleted because it was supposedly looked as spam, even though it was not spam. It was in the right channel for screenshots. Having a civil conversation with telling what armor we were going to have on our armor, and then all of a sudden it gets deleted by another staff member because they don't like us. That's how I feel like it was deleted. So, yeah. It really amazes me how much time people spend on this server. It really does, because you can't get a server like Altitude where it's a community, supposedly, that helps the server. Basically, I say that word too much. So, it's so severe that they're calling it community when it's not. Even Truth can't hide it. I really do feel like others are being put in a situation they can't get out of, and then Truth is stepping into a conversation that he doesn't know how to diffuse a situation first of all. I'd really like to see Truth actually try to diffuse a conversation without a warning, and then saying it was a spam, and then saying something else. And then he just goes on and on and on about saying, stop annoying me. At this point, it's like you're spamming the server by just saying stop. So you're really disarguing the rules of your own server, really. At this point in time, I'd like to either see Truth revoked or his attitude change on the server, and then him not intoxicated while under the influence of drugs. I really do feel like that's an issue because their behaviors change when they're intoxicated, because I see it in this chat too, like it's obvious. But yeah, I don't know. I just really like to see him change as a person. But yeah. If you'd like to further message me about this, you can. Let's take it out of general. Let's take it out of general and leave it in DMs. Yeah, you know, leave it in DMs. Everything will be situated. No, he was permuted again. Thank you. Goodbye.